Good evening. It's been a while. Hopefully the volume is good. Turn up the gain a little. We'll see if that's better. So I am back at, whoops, that's too much. I'm back in the warehouse. That should work. Hey, Jess. How's it going? I thought I was going to be able to stream all day today, but there's some new equipment there. A couple £1,000 of it that needed to be put together. So, only have time for a short little evening stream today. But I should be able to be putting in a good number of streaming hours over the next month or so. There's a lot of stuff I have planned. So, I have a few collaborations to work on. I can do that on stream. I have a few private clients that I can't do the work for on stream, but not that much work of that. And we have some really cool research to start on. But I think I'll leave the initial results for that for tomorrow. Because today we have an environment to mess around with. Just for a couple hours. 7. The goal is going to be that I will be streaming probably around 10:30 a.m. Eastern, typically, and then again in the evening around 6:30 or 7. And for this research block, the muscle to move it. I actually lost a ton of weight with the last training block. I lost like 18 pounds, but I kept all the strength. So now the muscle's going back on. And I got a fair amount of equipment to help with that. Agenda for tonight. Let's see if we can't. We got this repo. We have this repo. Oh yeah, they've updated this. Do this one here. We really just want to get a baseline for this environment, because this is going to be used in some stuff around Puffer pretty soon. And there's been a lot of stuff broken with it, so that's the plan for tonight. And then generally, the plan is to do large-scale science. There's a project in mind. I'll talk about it more in the morning tomorrow on stream. The goal is going to be 100,000 plus experiments, and they're going to be aggregated in a nice interactive way that, as far as I'm aware, has never been done in RL. And to literally be able to play with them, definitely locally, but perhaps even in your browser if I can figure it out. This is not on the Puffer site, so this is third party. You know, we collab with these guys, but this is third party. See if that runs. Still does not run. Let's see if they sent me some more stuff. Hey, Convert. Welcome. Okay, so I got the training command. They said... Okay, it's in a custom branch. So I have to do CVC train. Ugh. Man, stuff's always frickin' broken. I guess I have to install both of these. Hello, YouTube folks. If you're new around here, I do reinforcement learning research. I develop PufferLib and I stream all the dev. If you're catching this, having seen the streams as of a few weeks ago, I kind of move around seasonally. I'm out of California for now, and I am back at the main facility here. And I plan on being here for at least a couple of months. Hopefully longer. It's nice here. So I'll be streaming a lot more. Drone delivery looks cool, Convert. I'll be very happy to merge that when I find some time to do so on one of these streams. I do have to actually get this thing done, though. Welcome, Carlos. This thing uses basil. Jeez, man. Really? Dude. See about this? At least it's just the binary. Guaranteed this breaks my frickin' install. I guess we'll see. Hopefully. I mean, if we can't even get it to run, then there's not much I can do. We will see. I think we should be able to get it to run. So essentially what happened is I was told, hey, like, can you get us a baseline for this? And I went, sure. And then I ran a bunch of experiments and went, yeah, this all gets 0 reward, something's wrong. And then I got back, oh, yeah, something broke. Here, try this version. Of course, this version, though, this version comes with the whole from source setup. Okay. Apparently, this does something. Okay, and then I have to do... Can you lend people like this a box? Yes, I can, but in this case, I have some responsibility. The thing is, like, it's not like I'm not gonna set up, like, I'm not willing to set stuff up. It's just that it's not supposed to be this complicated to set up, right? That's the problem. Is this not supposed to be in here? This is some weird UV thing or some, like, weird... And it's like, the more shit, like, complicated shit you put into your project, the more chance it's just gonna screw up and, like... I think it could be that this is just, like, assuming that it's gonna be some file structure. AFBR, welcome. Oh, okay, I think I see. Oh, it's in there. Okay. So then they just did something. I guess they probably like vendored it. It's kind of screwy, honestly. This is actually better that they have it this way, but well, gotta wait for this stupid thing to finish anyways. Okay, that wasn't bad. So does it run? The heck is this segments thing doing? Huh? Yeah, they have this thing frickin' so obnoxious that they have this like this. Come on. No. Working in a gym seems useful when you're working on RL. Exactly. Not just a gym, though. We do have the servers as well. Multi-purpose. Maybe I can figure out what this is. I'm gonna give this a little bit, and if I don't make any progress, we're just gonna start on the new stuff. Because, like, the thing is, this is a really cool project, but literally every time I try to do anything, it's like there's something new that's broken with it. That's the main issue. So it makes it very, very difficult for me to help them. Yeah, this is just a straight screw up. Yeah, this literally just looks like a bad port, right? RL Gym. If it's fast, then sure. What are your thoughts on Dreamer v4? I haven't read it. That author's wasted enough of my time. It's offline RL, so I don't necessarily care that much anyways, and I just don't trust the quality of work from that author. Which is sad, because if Dreamer v3 actually worked as described, like when I went, and it's like as simple and as robust and everything as you see on paper, it would obviously just be my favorite line of work, but it's just not. Alright, well, I can't do anything on this, and they're not going... Well, actually, they might reply to me at 7:30, given that they're on San Francisco time. But it's better to assume that they're not going to reply to me, so honestly, this is better. We have some new people from YouTube. Hello there. I'm going to actually talk about the cool new research then, that I was going to plan on starting on tomorrow after finishing this tonight. But if it doesn't build, I can't. Well, one of them's taking a look. I'll give him a second. Maybe he fixes it. If not, we'll start on new research. Let me grab a drink, and I'll do one of the two things. Well, one of them's taking a look. Here, we'll build my thing in the meantime. Why can't I make a new tab? Oh, because my terminal's freaking out. Lovely. Okay. Home, tiny. How is this not resolved? Anybody see, am I doing something really stupid in the, I think I'm doing something. Oh, yeah, I am doing something dumb. Hang on. There we go. Let's see if we can run it now. Is it lowercase? No, it was, just mounting stuff. So this file didn't exist before. And it gets a formal name. That must mean it's important. Okay. Not give away too much before we've had the opportunity to copy at least a couple other files in. It'll look way cooler, after all. Delay in chat is terrible for fast movers. I cannot fix YouTube for you. Hello, Aziz, welcome. Go get all our files. Looks like we got Tower Climb, Tetris. You'll all see what this is in a moment. Hey, Kyung. And hello, Jaco. Yeah, I'm back in Maryland. With even more equipment than before. I'm pretty happy about that stuff. We just got that in today. Okay, I think that this will be enough for you all to get the point at least, if I just do 3M's worth. I don't know if these are the best 3M's to use, but this should at least be enough that you will get the point. Yeah, CarPath is great. Honestly, that original policy gradients blog, I'd be surprised if at least some part of what didn't factor into Costa's, like, clean RL that eventually made stuff work. Oh, right, we have to... Alright, what do we need? Grid. Breakout. What did we do? Tetris. And then I did tower climb. Virginia here? Yeah. I'm on my family's farm in a warehouse with servers and gym equipment. This is how we do research. Okay. So, late night preview for you all. Welcome to Puffer Constellation. This is my new project. The goal is to do the largest ever public analysis, or largest ever analysis of RL experiments and trends in public. Google will always say they have more stuff behind closed doors, but frankly, I don't believe them. And the goal is to understand just about everything about how RL scales, compute and data trade-offs, to do so across a ton of different environments and to get a ton of insights. So we have here, we've got compute and data trade-off. This is steps, or this is cost in seconds. Coloration is steps. And we have a few different types of insights in here as well. You're currently looking at, this is 3,600 experiments worth of data filtered down to the Pareto optimal results. And there will be far, far more than this. This is something I've been working on for just the last week or so. I've been thinking about it for longer than that, but I've been working on this for the last week. I was briefly visiting family in Connecticut, and I kind of just worked on this as I could. And this took quite a lot of time. This is not a ton of code, but it took me a while to figure out how I wanted to do the visualizations. So there are going to be several aspects of this project that I'll talk about more over the next coming weeks. And you'll see me working on this on stream as well. But really, the two main parts are going to be getting more and more of these experiments queued up. And... oops, I have a reply. Yeah, getting more and more of these experiments queued up. And then working on visualizations. I was told to pull the branch from the meta guys, so let me go do that real quick. Of course, I can never get anything done in one sitting here. Not yet. We're not using PufferLib yet. That is going to be the plan, though. Policy gradient's a very intuitive approach. Well, it is, but there are a lot of details to understand why that ends up being a good choice. I suggest checking my blogs. I think my folks are here to say hi. Give me a quick second. Where the heck is the mute button on this? I'll just do it here. Remind me to unmute. Folks are here as well. They brought ice cream. I did not particularly need ice cream, but I will take ice cream gladly. We're going to eat this and hang out and chat and maybe fix this bug. But they say they get it too. Does anybody have any burning questions? Because I will be occupied eating this for a few minutes. Or to type and eat ice cream. So I think that once I do that, either tonight we will, if I can get this thing running, this meta thing running, I'll do that. They're like literally fixing this stuff live though, so we'll see if they figure this out. And if they do, we'll do that. And if not, I have stuff to do on this. I actually have several more environments already with experiments done. Hey, Bet, welcome. This is Puffer Constellation, Bet. It's much more than the new visualizer. Part of a much larger project. I hope that this is going to end up being the basis of Puffer 4.0 as well. Hubs for Mario 1 by raycast down and raycast right. And velocity. Too much or not enough. So the way to think about this always for observations is, if I gave you that information, could you figure out what to do next? There's really no RL involved in that, right? In determining that. You either have given enough information to solve the problem or you haven't. You don't have to think about whether it's enough for RL, you just have to think about whether it's enough in general. That's only part of it, Bet. That's only part of it. There will be more to do here once I got unexpected dessert delivery. Remove until it won't learn. Well, if you want to go that route, if you want it to be minimal for some reason, then like you just plot your curve, zero out an observation, plot the curve, zero out an observation. It's not really cheating when you're giving it access to state information, when you start feature engineering stuff, then yeah. Okay, it looks like they're gonna take a while to port it. I can't even tell you how long it took me to figure out that this was the way to plot it as well. Like, you go, oh, that's so obvious. All you did was make a 3D scatter. Yeah, okay, it's scatter after a Pareto filter, sure. But, like, 9 out of 10 times, when you think you need a 3D plot, you should not be making a 3D plot. I only made this 3D plot because I truly exhausted all the 2D options. And the only reason I even think that this is a good idea is because I pair it with this 2D plot. This is a really good 2D plot, right? It needs a legend, but you basically get to see, okay, more cost equals more score up to a point, and then you get to see more steps, right? More steps with the colorations. Wait, who's ever thinking I need 3D? Are you joking, Bet? It's like the most obvious thing ever when you have 3 variables. Yes. Like, the thing is, it's the most obvious thing ever is to do a 3D plot. But 3D plots on 2D screens are hard to understand. So, like, it's way better to cheat the third dimension into this, like, 2D plot if you can. Hmm. Well, this is hard to read because you're not, like, you can't see around it, right? Look. But if I go like this, if I start moving it, you see how there's these sort of 3 separate layers for the different M's that scale differently with steps and cost. And you kind of have these different trade-off surfaces as well, cost steps. Yeah, exactly, convert. But in this case, it's true 3D. So this is the best plot you can make for one environment. This gives you cost score trade-off. But when you have multiple environments, you can't stack all that on the same chart. You have to do this. Make this into a resin cast. Shouldn't that be super easy, actually? Are there not resin printers by now? This would be incredibly hard to do by hand, I bet. If you wanted to have this exact plot in resin, I'd be very happy to have... If I have the final version of this in resin, that'd be awesome. Just like here, this object is a representation of the largest RL set of experiments. That'd be awesome. Okay. So, okay, first thing is we're gonna go get all of the other plots. We're gonna go get all the other plots. Why is this one... I forget that I have this terminal issue. Where, for whatever my terminal doesn't like to have. There we go. Let's do this. Okay, so this was 2048. Power climb, Tetris, breakout, Pong. Okay, these are good. Or the environments. See if we can do this. Basic ass bash script. And these things have commas. Oh, lovely. Bash lists don't have commas. Why not? That would make too much sense. Okay. Tiny. Path. Wait. Home. The heck is wrong with this? Oh. This actually does work. I see. Why is there no snake.json? Probably because I need to do this. Okay. So, this might not be the best format, but we're going to start with this for now. We'll come up with a better way to fully, like, automate this. Probably tomorrow. But for now, I want to get these results, like, shown up on the screen. There we go. So this is 6 environments. That's already something, right? I believe there are a couple more on the other server. Ooh, did I crash the other server? I believe I did. Well, since that's the second time in a row, I can guarantee you that was me out of memorying the machine. I think there was at least, like, one other good environment on there, though, wasn't there? I don't remember what I would have done. Let me go reboot that box behind me real quick. There. You can watch how difficult it is for me to just walk across a room and press a button. A lot easier than when I crash it when I'm in California. Okay. Oh my, that's a good chunk of new folks on YouTube. Welcome. If you're new around here, hi, I'm Joseph. I do a bunch of crazy research in RL. I stream all of it. It's all free and open source. Many of the people around here have gotten involved in the field through this stuff as well. This is a server MOBO. Takes forever to boot, but yeah, in a few minutes that machine will be back on. Interesting that Snake... Did Snake just not find anything decent? Is that what I'm seeing here? Well, we have this chart for this, right? Snake found plenty decent. What the hell? So I guess that perf metric is just messed up. Why is non-blocking true? Commented out in PufferLib. Where? There were a couple screwy things I remember with non-blocking. You're free to try it. I think what's going to happen is instead of using perf, we're probably going to have to use like some normed or thing. Because this is actually a good result. Yep. Actually, this 2048 environment is very good. Do you see this? Look at the scaling. You see how the 2048 environment actually shows like this really nice scaling behavior with increased steps? That's like a perfect log linear chart. It's very nice. YouTube is censoring. Oh. You know what? I actually don't remember what I was testing with that. I don't remember if that, like, I actually don't remember what I was testing with that. It's possible that that is, like, a major screw-up. 1660. Well, we do give contributors access to some of the machines behind me. Once you've made some cool M's. So, there is more compute around. At least a little bit of it. I've actually got to go find a minute to plug Pufferbox 6 back in for Bet. He's going to be so happy to get his machine back. Alright, let's see what happened with this. Oh, we have grid. Yeah, we have grid. Go grab grid. And why not? Let's do MOBA while we're here, because even though it's not fully done, right? Corrupting puffer with slop, yeah. And if you're a relatively newer dev, like first few years of dev, check my programming guide. I generally advise people not, at least if you want my advice, right? I generally don't advise doing co-authoring stuff with LLMs like that. You'll notice it's not like I don't use any AI tooling, but I use much lighter weight stuff for the most part. That like where I retain a lot more control. So basically with Super Maven, right, typing is just no longer a bottleneck, but it doesn't think for me, which is nice. That's about what I like. Tiny puff 1. Super Maven? Yeah, that's what I recommend. Super Whisper. So Super Maven is, do you see like when I'm typing? Oh, I guess not in this one. Hang on. So if I go here, so when I'm typing, I get this tab complete. But you see it's like, it's basically instant, right? Like there's very little delay on it. It's not a very smart model, but it's very fast. So it just basically lets you do single line autocomplete very fast. But it's really not going to do much thinking for you. That for me is a really, really great tool. I can program without it just fine. It just kind of feels slow, you know, and it's like kind of annoying to have to remember the precise names of everything. But that's what I generally like. It's different though, right? Like, if you're gonna compare that to like a heavier Copilot or Cursor or stuff, right? It's instant completions, but much stupider. And that's what I like. And that's generally what I recommend people use if you must do, if you really want to use AI something or other. That's like a nice upgrade. And the cool thing about that as well is it doesn't feel like, oh, I don't know how to program if I stop using it for a bit. It just feels like, you know, I gotta remember the names of, like, oh, what did I name that variable? What did I name that other variable? Like, it's like a very natural thing, you know? Right, I needed to put grid and MOBA. And this will be the first time I've seen the plot myself with this many M's. Three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Ooh, I'm short a color. Is to get better at programming. So you can. The thing is, LMs are really bad programmers. Like, they just write shitty code. It's gotten a little better, some of it, but they just generally they write such bad code in so many cases. This is pretty cool. Dense. So to give you an idea, right? Actually, Breakout and Pong have a ton of experiments data on them, but let's just assume we have the normal amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 environments. So 8,000 plus 16. So this is 9,600 9,600 experiments worth of data already. 9,600 experiments. We've got all these aggregate plots. You can like do any metrics you like. I guess MOBA it's a little less. It's probably like 85 or 8,600 because MOBA had some crashes. 19. Okay, so what's next? We have to fix a few individual environments, I think, so we can get full sweeps. Yeah, we have to fix a few individual environments so we can get full sweeps. Assuming I want to have this perf metric, right? I mean, I think this perf metric does make sense, right? To have as like a rough cap. I think I can do this. What's the max score? Do we know the max score of Pac-Man here? I wonder if it should be the same as the original, but I'm not sure. It's 1 per dot. Oh, is it just 1 per dot that you eat? Yeah, it's literally just 1 per dot that you eat in this. $240. You gotta be kidding me. You people stop messing with my versioning. Every bloody time they mess with it. I'll reinstall this. Let's see how high this gets. I think it's gonna be 240 as max. It's kind of good though that this is like, yeah, this is like a relatively slow optim here. This could be a nice env. Includes nicely, yes. Okay, so I'm gonna assume it's 240. Okay. This is adding perf. And there we go, there's perf. Next. We do call vet close here. Oh, you know what? I bet I know what it is. I bet it's this stupid thing, right? Yeah. Okay, like this. This doesn't need a binding. This goes in vet close. I shared returns this thing. Ah, I see. So you just need to give it the pointer to this, right? Eight. I long from point. Oh, what's the uncast on this? Hey, Weston. Welcome. I'm forgetting what the, a really annoying thing to have to do just for this one thing, but I mean, this is the evil of Python, is that the C API is just kind of disgusting, right? Ah, okay, so it is unpacked, so it's args a 0. So we get the, it's like this, right? It's like something like this, yeah? And then... yeah, I'm gonna have to find something better longer term, because this is just evil. That actually is probably decent autocomplete for once. Let me see. Yeah, you get the state. I think it changes this. The buffer. Try this. Right, we got rid of these. Redefinition. Oh. Because... oh. Dummy. There we go. Yeah, this is a super janky system. Honestly, feels better just writing pure C. Not this, like, pseudo Python C mix crap. Or this, like, Pythonized. It's kind of more Pythonized C. Ugh. Okay. Now this is running. The other thing I've been working on lately. We've got all this stuff going on for Puffer. There's the new training block. So the summer training block was a psychotic cut. This one is a slow bulk and a bunch of flexibility work. The goal is for throughout the week, I am running an hour first thing in the morning. While I'm working, I'm getting about an hour of lifting in throughout the day. And then before I go to bed, I get an hour of, like, very intentional stretching in. That is the goal. I'm getting 3 hours of exercise a day, more or less. Shared close, return null. Oh, setting an exception. Lovely. How did it return null without setting an error? The only return nulls on this Yeah, let's just let this thing put some prints in. How much sleep do I get? I try to get 8 or 9 hours. Depends on training. I definitely need at least 8. There have literally been training blocks in which I need 10 hours of sleep. I mean, that was like doing 2 to 3 hours of running a day, though. Yeah, the point of this, whole crazy setup and all the research you're gonna see here for the next month is not that I'm working myself to the bone, right? It's that it's just very scheduled, um, where things are very consistent and not a ton of wasted time. Game map handle, game map, and then it crashes. What? This returns 0 after game map. Oh, is it supposed to be PyObject? Yeah, it is. Python. Put this in Grok. By none. The hell? Why the hell do you need an ink ref? Oh, that's so stupid. Python is so dumb. Yeah, Python's just stupid. This ought to work, though. If this works, then this will have not been bad for 20 minutes of work. Okay, I'm done in a few, so the goal is to just launch these experiments, and then I call it a night. Yay, it works. At least we think it does. If this still works, okay. Whoops, this one. And then hopefully we wake up to MOBA sweeps, as well as Pac-Man sweeps. Get out of here, bot. Which bots? Okay. There we go. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so the idea here, right, is we have 12 GPUs on 2 different machines. Each different machine does one environment. Each GPU does a sweep, 200 experiments per sweep, 1,200 experiments per environment, 2,400 experiments total, and these will be finished by sometime tomorrow, provided they do not crash or otherwise screw up. Now, I could wait to make sure that these actually get started correctly, but it's about 9, and that means it is time for me to be done for the day. I will give you a quick peek, though, at this. This is V1 convert. I'll give you the quick preview of this, which I'll probably post tomorrow. These are V1, so they are 6x 4090 instead of 4x 5090. I'm gonna call it for a night. Actually, Convert, do you have like literally 30 seconds to chat on Discord after this? And for the rest of folks, I'm calling it a night. I will be back tomorrow morning, probably around 10:30ish Eastern, unless anything else pops up. And the goal is going to be streaming a ton of research over the next several weeks. So thanks for tuning in. If you want to support my work for free, Check out puffer.ai. It's all open source. Start the repo. Join the Discord if you want to get involved.